Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 3rd chapter and 9th verse. Tasapatyani ajanaya
Sapatyani ajanayat,
atmatulyani sarvataha
Sapatyani sarvataha,
ekaikashyam dasha dasha
Ekashyam Dashadasha,
prakrite vibhusaya. Just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offspring with exactly his own qualities. This is a feature of Krishna, very interesting. There were 16,100 girls kidnapped by Narkasura or Bhaumasura, and previously the daughter is given from custody of father to custody of husband. Correct? If this process is broken, nobody will accept it. Custody means he is giving a protection. Now they knew that Krishna is always the friend of the distress, Deenanatha, and they know their situation. And at the same time, when Krishna saved them, Krishna entered the palace, they saw him so beautiful, and he is the Supreme Lord. They prayed to him to accept. So that's why Krishna accepted them. And not only that, Krishna expanded. They were all in different rooms. Imagine 16,100 is very big number. And Krishna accepted each one of them and took a shape according to them. The short means not that it is a 5 feet girl and Krishna is 7 feet. So Krishna took a shape accordingly. And he accepted the hand of each one of them and married them duly, took them to Dwaraka, and he behaved with them as if he is a henpecked husband who will not leave, will just be there whole day with them. So that's how Krishna reciprocates. Actually, Krishna is Atma Rama, Swarat, is fully satisfied and is fully independent. But still, because they had a desire, sincere desire, to serve Krishna as their wives, Krishna accepted. And he gave, wives are very happy when you give children. Prabhupada says generally a woman is happy, at least she should have half a dozen. I think some people follow that. So he gave practically 1 dozen, 10 to each one of them. They were very happy. 10, almost a dozen to each one of them. So they were very happy. And those children were also actually mostly devatas, because to come and associate in the pastime of the Lord is not easy. Not everybody can be son of Krishna. It is special. So each one of them was special children, and all the children became part of the Yadavas, participate in the wonderful pastime of the Lord. And then later Krishna got very worried that how this Yadavas, it is mentioned that the Yadavas will be burden on earth. Correct? Because in Mahabharata war he got all this Akshaurini eliminated. So Prabhupada says a comment on that. See, the point is this, that any number of population is not burden. It's burden only when they are not devotees. Just like an example, a child on the lap is not a burden. A burden is when he is a miscreant. Any loving child is not a burden. Correct? So it's not a weight. The example is given, the weight of husband on wife, the weight of child on the mother's lap, and the weight of money for a businessman is never a burden. A burden. Yeah. You may be carrying a 10 crore, that weight is there, but you don't, that's not a burden, it's a pleasure. Correct? Similarly, for the mother, the weight of the child is not a burden. She is pleasure. It's actually, child is heavy. As it grows, how much? They are born 3 kilos something. 3 kilos is heavy, no? If I give you 3 kilo weight, it's heavy. But mother pleasure is a pleasure for mother. Okay? So similarly, so same way for the earth. So many mountains are there. And Prabhupada says, what is the population percentage anyway? They make out so much. The human population weight on earth will be not even 5%. Isn't it reality? I think the heaviest, which is the living entity which is giving maximum weight on earth? Anybody knows? Maximum weight on earth. Which species is giving maximum weight to earth? No, in totality. No, totality. All the species together. Presently on earth, which species? No. Ants. They are 1 crore, and you open one tree below 1 crore come. So the maximum number is ants. The maximum weight on earth is of ants, not human being. So I am just no. The living entity, which species? So basically, if you take the weight of living a human being on earth and you say that's a burden, but human beings' weight on earth will be not more than 5%. 95% is other species. Correct or not? Isn't it reasonable? So to say that population is burdening the earth, Baba, other living entities are also there. So you just not think that only we humans are there. People think there are no other species. There are so many species. Only in cities you see human beings. Correct? Jungle and all where? Here also jungle where human being. What do you say? Other species are also there. They are also giving weight to earth. Even trees are giving maximum weight. Then maximum weight on earth is of the trees. Maximum weight on earth is of the trees, I think. They are also living entity. If you take and then forget the trees, then also so many other fishes are there. So much weight they will give. So the burden on earth is not because of human being and because of large population. Burden is when they are not devoted. Then it's a burden on earth. And Krishna wanted to remove this burden. But now the questions comes. It is said in the Bhagavatam, which will come. Why did Krishna want to refer? Bhagavatam refers to the Yadavas as a burden. Correct? So Prabhupada writes in the purport, he said, no, read carefully. The disappearance of Yadavas from earth became burden, not the Yadavas a burden. Their disappearance became a burden. It was pain for earth because they're all great devotees. They're all great devotees. So they're going became burden of pain because it became very painful for the earth. It says the abatement of the earth, great burden, 18 Akshanis has now been effected with the help of Drona, Bhishma, Arjuna and Bhima. They basically wiped out the whole armies. And what is this? They will be greater strength of the Yadu dynasty born of myself, which may be more unbearable birth. Because Yadu dynasty, 18,000 wives into 10 each, and each child gave 10 children. There are in millions. 16,000 into 10 is 1.6 lakhs, into 10 is 1.6 million. Correct? So they are in millions. They are, that's another burden now on earth. Take it. So Prabhupada says very nice purport. He says at the end of this purport, when the Lord referred to them in the connection to the burden on earth, he had in mind the imminent disappearance from earth, their imminent disappearance from earth. All the members of the family of the Lord were incarnations of different demigods, and they were to disappear from the surface of earth along with the Lord. When he referred to this unbearable happiness on earth in connection to the Yadu dynasty, he was referring to the burden of their separation. This is Mataji 14 shloka the end. The burden of their separation. Okay? So Krishna, very difficult to understand why Krishna acts in a particular situation and what he does. Very deep meaning. Burden of their separation. Okay, so the girls are very lucky. Why they're lucky? That they were in a very difficult. See, another example he got. Somebody is in a very difficult position, and he makes a marvel out of it. We read the example of Narada. Narada was a Gandharva, and he got cursed to become a Shudra. But he surrendered to Krishna, attentively heard Krishna Katha from Bhakti Vedantas, and became a Vaikuntha resident. We had the example of Chitriketu. Chitraketu got also cursed by Mother Parvati. He became a Rakshasa, Vritasura. He also surrendered to Krishna sincerely. Again became resident of Vaikuntha. Then we had an example of Dhruva Maharaj. Was given a difficult position. He also surrendered to Krishna. Again became resident of Vaikuntha. Got Dhruva Loka and Vaikuntha. So here is another example. These women got kidnapped. They surrendered to Krishna. Became wives of Krishna. So, in whatever situation we are in, so-called difficult position, if we surrender to Krishna, the result is unimaginable. We were reading in the light of Bhagavata, every day night we are reading light of Bhagavata. Prabhupada says, just like in a rainy time, all the ponds and rivers, they become very muddy because of the rain, it brings mud from the sand and goes to the water. But rain time, all the wells also become muddy sometime, all the neighboring, all mud goes in. But after when the rain is over, slowly the ponds become clear. So similarly, Prabhupada says there that our lives are also muddy now. But as things start clearing, it becomes fresh. It becomes much better. Because in this way, we can meditate here that this all 16,000 girls, their life was gone. Just like Mother Sita, when she went out of the house, there was no way she can be accepted, correct? For the society. Even though Lord Rama brought, people kept commenting. Finally, he sent her away. Society was so strict. So these girls knew the situation that they will face. But they know Krishna is the friend of the poor. With helpless, Krishna is there to help them. But provided you actually pray to him, he can do inconceivably anything. We were discussing this in the daily Bhagavatam class. The Devatas lost everything because of their curse of Durvasa Muni. But they went to the Lord and prayed to the Lord, and Lord did whole Samudra Manthan Leela to give nectar to the Devatas, make them stronger. And in fact, after they got nectar, there was a war and they defeated the Danavas. They were very strong now. So Krishna knows how to solve any situation. All it needs is to become sincere in his service. Then things. Ananyas chinto yanto mam ye jana pariyapasate tesham nityavinuktanam yogakshemam mahamyam. So that was referring to the first shloka. And the next shloka, wait it, 8th, 9th and the 10th. Kala and the king of Magadha and Shalva attacked the city of Mathura, but when the city was encircled by their soldiers, the Lord refrained from killing them personally just to show the power of his own men. So we know this story of Kala Yavana. And Jarasandha. Now Jarasandha and Kala Yavana attacked. At that time Krishna could have killed them because Jarasandha was many times defeated by Krishna already. But this time Krishna chose to run away. He chose. It is his choice. Actually, it's not that he could not have killed. He wanted to attend to Rukmini. Rukmini sent a request. I do not get married to Shishupal. And Krishna, when the Brahmana comes to his pastime, Krishna tells the Brahmana, he comes to the message from Rukmini. Ever since I heard of her, I am not getting sleep. Where Rukmini is his first queen, is Lakshmi from spiritual world. No way she can be married to anybody. Even after Samudra Mantana, the Lakshmi is born, and all the people are standing, all Devata Danavas, she is with the garland comes to accept somebody as a husband. All Devata Danavas, they are standing, maybe, everybody thinks he is special. Everybody has an estimation that he is special. But she sees that actually everybody is showing he is a controller, but everybody is controlled. And she says very nicely, somebody is controlled by lust. Somebody is controlled by anger. Everybody is controlled by something. He is not supreme controller. Something is controlling him. Correct? And that's a fact. In this world, everybody may act a hero. All of us act as hero. But the fact is, we are dragged by Maya. We are not in a very proper says no. When we are dragged by Maya to do funny activities, what's the dignity in it? That's a fact. Actually, when we become Krishna conscious, that's the only hope we can be gentlemen. Because then the Maya stops dragging you. What do you say? As much people may have, physical power, this power, that power. Finally, Maya drags everybody. Maya permeates, enters every place. Somebody sitting in a palace, has black cat command, blah, blah, blah. He may have, but in heart, Maya is dragging him. He is plaything in the hand of Maya at the end of the day. Isn't it? tied, hand, legs are totally tied by Maya and dragged. So then only Deviye Shagudamai Mamaya Duratya Mamaye Prapadyante Maya, then only we can become freed. So actually Krishna is the real hero. But Jaras, he had an opportunity he could have killed. But what did he do? He left. Somehow he decided, because he wanted to attend to Rukmini. He wanted to go. So that is one part. And the second part is that this Kala Yavana. So interestingly, Kala Yavana is a Yavana. They are not to be even touched. So Krishna doesn't want to, as a rule, fight with them. They are not fit to fight. And then Krishna wants to give credit. Jarasandha, how he got it killed? By Bhima. The credit went to Bhima. Krishna could have killed, but he wanted to show the power of, just like Bhishma spoke to Yudhishthira to convince him. Krishna could have convinced. Okay, let him get the credit. The same way here, he said, Kala Yavana, he took to whom to kill him? Muchukunda. Muchukukunda. And Muchukukunda showed his power just by opening his eyes. He burned the Kala Yavana. In fact, Krishna went inside the cave, and after going inside the cave, what did Krishna do? Krishna put his chadar on him. He was sleeping. He is very clever. And Krishna hid behind a pillar. So now this man came, he saw, Krishna is sleeping because chadar is over him. His chadar, what he was wearing. And then he kicked him. He got a fight. You see, what is this? Somebody challenges you to fight and you go and sleep. What kind of Kshatriya is this? So, and he is sleeping, Muchukunda. He kicked him again. He got up. Then Muchukunda got up and he had a blessing that if he opens his eyes, he can kill anybody. Because he was very tired and he wanted some rest. So he didn't want a disturbance. Sometimes when we want seriously a rest, we also say, see, nobody should disturb me. Correct? I'm really tired. So we can understand. So Muchukunda just opened his eyes and he burned. And Krishna came after that to see the fun. But then Muchukunda offered wonderful prayers and this is a wonderful pastime. So Krishna's activities in this situation are also wonderful. This whole meditation is going for Uddhava. Vidura approached Uddhava and he said, can I hear about Krishna? And Uddhava is very advanced devotee. His heart is full of affection for Krishna. When our heart is purified, see, the heart has a tendency to give affection, everybody's heart. Presently it is here and there wasted. When we withdraw affection from every angle and put it on Guru and Krishna, naturally it will come, because that's the only thing, it will come there. Somewhere it has to come out. You have to pull out from the wrong places and put it at the right place. And then when affection comes for the Guru and Krishna, then we feel very, very happy and blissful. So Uddhava's condition is like that. He is in a very advanced stage of love of Krishna. So therefore, he is meditating on each of Krishna Leela. He is summarizing the whole Krishna Leela in 2-3 chapters. He is saying one Leela in Vrindavan, Leela outside Vrindavan. This is going outside Vrindavan and different pastimes are being listed one after another. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Hare